All right, we're back with another pick'em video, and we have a decent sized slate for the day today. So we're going to talk about a decent amount of picks, talk about the hit rates, the matchups, the market value, all those different things that we always go over on this channel. But yeah, big slate, but not the best value out there just yet because of a bunch of injury news. A couple guys still out, couple new guys out, a couple dudes potentially returning today. So it's definitely a weird one for the books. Their boards have been bouncing all over the place. I go to a guy that I like, and then he gets taken off the board because of some sort of injury news that keeps popping up. But regardless, still got pretty good plays that I'm liking. Definitely gonna be attacking some matchups today because there are some decent matchups. And yeah, just gonna go over them and get you guys out of here. But if you're new around here, definitely go ahead and subscribe, leave the video a like, comment something down below. It's just gonna tell YouTube to push this video out a little bit more. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. All right, so jumping into the PrizePicks desktop screen here. First of all, if you're not on PrizePicks and you want to get on, use code RichPicks when signing up. You're going to get $50 instantly put into your account. All you got to do is bet $5 and use my code. Pretty good situation there. And if you do use my code, let me know in the comments down below or hit me up in the Discord, and I'll get you a free month of the premium part of the Discord. So let's start with the first play here. It's going to be Cade Cunningham over 16.0 rebounds and assists. Now, if you don't know, recently Cade has been a beast at almost getting triple doubles, getting triple doubles. The last 8 games, he's gotten 4 triple doubles. So maybe getting that itch, a guy that's always kind of been a triple double threat, but now we're kind of seeing it really start to happen. So if you want to get crazy and play this on a sports book or something that is available in your area, a triple double I think is like plus 700 for Cade tonight. So it could be a fun one when he's got a really good matchup here going against Chicago, whose defense has been horrible to start the year. So let's jump into Outlier. If you're not familiar with Outlier, they're an awesome data app tool that I use all the time on my videos. I use it every single day. You can get a free week if you want to check it out in the link in the description. When you use my code, again, I'll give you a free week of my Discord too. So kind of a win-win situation there. Again, when you use my link, you just tell them that I sent you there, which is a cool thing for me. Great way to support the channel. Let's take a look at Cade. All red at the beginning of the year. The last 8 games, he's either pushed this or gone over. So I do love to see that. And again, matchup-wise, rebounds allowed 28th Chicago is. Assists allowed dead last. So a guy that likes to pass the ball, a guy that's been passing the ball really well, has the best matchup you can get for passing the ball, and he's been chipping in with a whole bunch of rebounds here as well. So this is a 4.5 point spread in favor of Detroit. They're not horrible this year. I know Detroit was a laughing stock of the league last year. They're not that bad this year. They got some good talent, and guys like Jalen Duren should be playing today. Yeah, looks like he is going to play today. Maybe even Oscar Thompson back. So, you know, the healthier they are, the more opportunity Cade's going to have to get more assists. Obviously, him and Duren have a really good connection. So, really liking the hit rate here. Obviously, that's going to be my main draw for this play. A guy that's really been playing well. I'm going to kind of, you know, ride that wave while I can. And again, perfect matchup for him here. Next up, let's go to some market value. This is DG Fantasy. You can check it out. Again, link in the description. You get a discount on your free month, which is awesome. And this shows us market value. So market value is huge for betting if you're not familiar with this. It's pretty much saying, here's PrizePicks line. PrizePicks doesn't care if you take the over or the under. They pay you out the same. But all these other sports books, they do care. So they're going to set their lines at a certain price. So 9.5, let's say, for his assists on the under. This is just for just to show you guys how it works. They're saying, yeah, the under, we're going to pay you less money than if you take the over, because we're likely saying that we like the under here in a better spot. But the rebounds and assists, they're saying over here. A lot of books very contradicting on this one. 16.5, 15.5. If it's at 15.5, the over's very favored. If it's at 16.5, the under's, you know, pretty much the same favorite. So a lot of books staying around this 16 line, but more are favoring this over 16.0 line if you had to like put it all into one place. So market value wise, this is looking like a decent play. Not the best in the world, but again, riding the wave against a great matchup. Really like what I'm seeing from Cade here. So he's going to be the first play of the game. Really good matchup, like I keep saying, and he's been doing it consistently recently. So loving Cade today. Then moving along to old reliable here, Nikola Vucevic, probably the most consistent player in the NBA. I've talked about it in previous videos, but he consistently just gets his lines unless they get blown out by 40 like they did against Houston last game. Let's take a look at him. This line did get bumped. It was at 28.5 when me and the Discord took it. It's at 29.0. You can still play it. It's going to be some push potential, but there are definitely some other ways you could play him, whether it's his PRA. I also really like his rebound combo with line, which I can't find it anymore, but he had a rebound combo line with Jalen Duren at 20. I like that as well. But I think there's plenty of different ways you could play Vucevic here. It's a closer spread, Chicago versus Detroit. We just talked about this matchup in this game. Hopefully it stays relatively close. These are kind of correlated in the fact that, if this game is close, both these guys are going to be on the floor a decent amount more. That just gives us more opportunities for these rebounds, for these points, for these assists for Cade. And yeah, Vucevic, very, very consistent. We're going to see that in his charts here. But we'll talk about the points and rebounds line. Again, you can go to them multiple different ways. They're going to be very much the same. 79% of games he's gone over this, 11 of 14. You can see the line. It's practically horizontal here, just because the consistency Vucevic is. Now, again, I talked about the blowout against Houston. You're not going to get there in 25 minutes in a game that you play to score 107 points against probably one of the best defenses in the league. But now you get Detroit, who, again, also one of the best defenses in the league, but to centers, they're a little bit weaker here. And Vucevic has had a really good games against these guys recently, dating back to last year in April, February, and December. A little dud there earlier on in the year, but yeah, Vucevic has been killing it. A couple other things I want to point out for this one is the day's rest. He's on a back-to-back. Now you might think, oh God, he's on a back-to-back. He's an older player. He might not play as well. When in back-to-backs this year, he's got 31 and 30, so love to see that. He cleared that. Again, just cleared it, but we see him do that all the time. And then the last 10 back-to-back games dating back to last year, 7 of 10 hit rates. So still a guy that consistently gets this, even on a back-to-back, doesn't seem to affect him too much. So the matchup is pretty good. Points allowed, rebounds allowed. You see it green for points allowed, where a lot of these are going to come from. And then rebounds allowed, they're kind of middle of the road in terms of a team that allows rebounds to centers. Then you consider the fact that he's on a back-to-back. He's been playing very, very well in back-to-back sets. And then in 2024 in away games, he's gone over in 7 of 8 games. Again, kind of a tried and true guy on away games. Maybe lean on him a little bit more, but again, you see the hit rate here has been awesome throughout the year for Vucevic. So here's the rebounds combo line. If this is still back up, I did play this at 20.0 for Duren and Vucevic. Both guys can get 10 rebounds easily. If Vucevic grabs 11 or 12, or maybe Duren does the same, I think that's going to cash for us. But they like the points. They like the PRA. They like his points and assists. And then his points and rebounds still at 29, still favoring the over here. So not too crazy value. Again, his PRA might be the line to go to after this bump to the points and rebounds line, but Vucevic in a really good spot. And then for the projection model, I love RotoWire is my favorite one. You can see they like his over in a lot of different things. Fantasy score, PRA, even points and rebounds, they're expecting 29.1. So again, when I was looking at this at 28.5, that was good value. But they're liking the over on a lot of these different lines. And again, we're liking Vucevic in multiple different ways. So he's going to be my guy for the second play here. Plenty of different ways to play him. Maybe go to the PRA here because the best value on the board in terms of market value. But he's been doing it in all sorts of ways. So Vucevic, next play of the game, old, reliable, do it again for us. Moving along to the next play here, it's going to be Pascal Siakam over his PRA. Now this was at 31.5. You can actually still get it at 31.5 on a couple different books. That's why I always preach multiple books is the way to go. You want to be getting the best value on certain plays. But at 32.0, I'll still take it. It's going to be push potential for you guys. But again, we did look at this when it was at 31.0. And I actually looked at his points and assist line. I think at 23.5, that also looked good. But Siakam's line starting to bump up because I think Miles Turner is not going to play in this game. This is a back-to-back set. Siakam's played really good in back-to-back sets that we're going to look at in his graphs. But there's some injury news. He's also playing in Toronto. This was a team that he won a championship with. He played the whole beginning of his career in Toronto. So this is almost like a home game for Siakam. And he's played pretty good against Toronto too, who allow a whole bunch of points, rebounds, and assists. So let's take a look at his Outlier page. Kind of check out what he's been doing. 6 of 13 games he's gone over this. So looking right off the bat, not looking like the best line, but obviously we got to dive a little bit deeper. So first of all, Aaron Nesmith, Nembhard, they're both still out. Ben Shepherd, Isaiah Jackson, James Wiseman's out for the year. But then Miles Turner is the guy that just popped up on the injury report. If he doesn't play, he played 40 minutes last game. This is a back-to-back set. I could definitely see him not playing in this game. If he doesn't play, that's going to be huge for Siakam, who had a monster game against Boston, 29, 11, and 5. This is against a better defensive team in Boston. Again, you can see the numbers right here for Toronto's defense. So huge game for Siakam without Turner. It's going to boost his rebounds potential. It's going to boost his shots. I love to see that. Next up, I want to talk about his away games. When, again, we talked about it with Vucevic. Away games, maybe you go to your guys that are more tried and true. Maybe you rely on some dudes that have been doing it for a while. 71% hit rate of games that he's played in away games. And again, we talk about this is an away game, and it's more like a home game for Siakam. So kind of like a double whammy there in terms of, good data for us. Last thing I want to talk about is it is a back-to-back. Siakam's kind of an older player, a veteran in this league. You might think he's not very good on back-to-backs. The data says differently. One game he played back-to-back this year, that was against Orlando. Really good defense. 26, 9, and 4. Great data point to look at. The last 10 games, this is dating back to last year that he played back-to-backs. 8 of 10 games he was able to go over this. A lot of these games crushing this over, and the games he's missing, very, very, close to hitting his line. So really, really liking Siakam in this spot. If Turner eventually does get ruled out, this might get bumped up a little bit more, but I'm kind of anticipating the fact that Miles Turner might not play. But even if he does play, Siakam's in a good spot to hit this anyway. Let's take a look at some market value. Again, another guy that kind of bumping all around here. So I went to his points and assists, I think, earlier. I think his PRA might be the move here at 32.0. They still like the over. You can look at his first quarter points if you're someone that likes to gamble on those. Sometimes those are fun plays. They're kind of like Yerfies and Nerfies in MLB. They're over pretty quick, but he's probably in a good spot to hit that. But yeah, his best over right now is going to be that PRA line on PrizePicks. So if you're only on PrizePicks, even though you should be on multiple different books, that's probably the line to go to. And while I'm talking about that, Betr has this at 31.5. They always have really good value. Get on Betr, use code RichPicks when signing up. You're going to get a free month in my Discord, $200 deposit match. And again, Betr has insane value all the time. This is just a perfect example for a guy that we're looking at. Everyone else, 32.5 on Underdog, 32 here, 32.5 in a lot of books. Parlay Playlist has this at 32.5 and favoring the over. Betr still just chilling at 31.5. They're behind the market, and you can get really good value there. So again, sign up using code RichPicks. Get on that, get the $200 deposit match or whatever you want to put in there, and they're going to double it. Betr has been awesome for us, and you should definitely get on. Win-win situation. You get the free month, you get the deposit match, you get free discounts every single day. They give out 2. PrizePicks doesn't do that. You want to be on multiple different books. Betr. Good situation to kind of promote Betr, because this is literally one of the reasons it's one of my favorite apps, because they give us discounts every single day, but also the value out there is insane on Betr. I can actually just show you. Let's go to DG Fantasy, take a look at Betr. I guarantee there's going to be plenty of green plays for us to pick from. I mean, Malik Beasley, that's going to take off, but look at all these green, yellow, 54% plays that you're not going to see on PrizePicks. So definitely check out Betr, especially if you want to tail this Pascal Siakam line. He's got some good value over there. And I also have a Betr slip that I'll share with you guys a little bit later in this video. So if you want a free slip to check out, you can do that. Moving along to the fourth play here, it's going to be Trey Lyles under 24.5 PRA. Now, this is a weird line. It's a little sketchy line. He is going up against Atlanta. They gave up a whole bunch of stats. There are a bunch of injury news for the Sacramento Kings. No Sabonis probably again tonight. Definitely no DeMar DeRozan. So definitely dudes that are going to be out. He could see 35 to 40 minutes like he's seen in the past 2 games. But yeah, this one just seems a little bit too high. He literally never gets there last year or this year. But obviously in a different situation with the injuries and going up against a matchup that doesn't look too great on an under. But let's take a look at his 2024 history. Obviously under in all of these games. But I do want to point out the last 2 games here, 41 minutes and 35 minutes. 41 minutes against Minnesota. That was an overtime game. Minnesota, a better defense, but didn't even come close to this line. And then also the injuries. I think DeMar DeRozan wasn't in that game. Sabonis might have played that one. But here's the game with no one plays. No Sabonis, no DeMar DeRozan either. And that was against Utah, who also are a bad defense. 17-3-1. He didn't get really close to that line either. And in that game, he shot 6 of 9 from the field. Can you expect 67% from the guy? I don't really think so. So unless he's going to shoot 15 shots, I think it's going to be tough for him to get there. He is in a situation where he's got a good matchup, but I think this line just seems a little bit too high, and I think there's plenty of different unders you could look at for him. He's going to have a bigger opportunity, yes, which again, why it's so sketchy that it's this high, because he never hits this, dating back to last year too. 97% of games on the under here as well. But if he's going to go over, this would be the game to do it. But the books like the under a little bit too. They like the under on a whole bunch of things for PrizePicks. I landed on his PRA just because he has to do, a little bit of everything to get this line most likely. But you could look at a bunch of his unders. Again, I think it's just a little bit too high for a guy that is in a different situation here. But Trey Lyles, just wanted to point it out for you guys, never hits this line. And just wanted to point it out. And then a couple other guys I want to point out. I don't know how I'm going to play them maybe just yet. I did look at Karl-Anthony Towns' first half play because this is a 14-point spread against Washington. Really good matchup here for Karl-Anthony Towns and a guy that's been killing it. Maybe 24.0 first half fantasy score looks okay to me. This is a back-to-back set. He's played one back-to-back game so far this year, and that was the game he scored 46 points. So Washington, really good situation to get a whole bunch of, maybe some blocks and steals in there in the first half, maybe some points, obviously, and some rebounds. He's been rebounding really well. And again, the blowout potential here is probably why I'd be looking at the first half, but I think Towns in a good situation to have a good game. And then the next guy I want to point out is Giannis. Now, this doesn't have great market value, which is why I don't want to really tell you guys to play this, but maybe more sort of a lean here for Giannis at 12.0 rebounds. Again, looking at the over here, he's a guy that's been rebounding really well. He should get Damian Lillard back, so hopefully this one stays relatively close. I think Houston might be favorites in this one. I'm not exactly sure, but should be a good game. More minutes just means more opportunity for rebounds. The last 2 matchups he's played against Houston, he had 17 rebounds in both those games. So a weaker team in terms of rebounds as well. They are a really good defense, specifically to that power forward position. They allow a whole bunch of rebounds. So kind of 2 leans there with Giannis at 12.0 rebounds, and maybe look at Towns' first half PRA or fantasy score, kind of like in both those as well. All right, so that's going to do it for this video. Again, talked about a whole bunch of different plays today. Not my favorite slate in the world, but there are 8 games, so should be some more value out there. As we learn more about the injuries, could be some better value later on in the day. We also have Monday Night Football to talk about. We're going to be doing that in the Discord community. So if you're interested in the Discord community, you can definitely check us out. Plenty of different ways to get in there for free too. So if you want to sign up for Betr today, again, free month for you guys in the Discord. Here's a slip that you guys could tail. We talked about Vucevic. We talked about Siakam. Josh Hart hasn't been rebounding extremely well this year with Towns now in New York, and also huge blowout potential here. Just means, potentially less minutes here if the Knicks go up big. So I like the under on Josh Hart. Also huge market value. But Betr gives out discounts every single day, 2 discounts a day. I'm not just saying that. Today it's CeeDee Lamb and Steph Curry. I think Steph's down to like 20.5 points. They literally do it every single day, which is awesome. And they just have huge market value, like I showed early on in this video. Siakam was one of our video picks we liked. We looked him at 32.0 on PrizePicks. Underdog has this at 32.5. FanDuel already has this at 33.5. Anyone that has it at 31 is favoring the over pretty heavily. So again, Betr just has awesome market value. They're one of my favorite apps because of that. And again, you can get a free month just by using my code RichPicks when signing up, or just check out the link of this video. There's going to be a list for all my partners. Anyone you sign up for, you're going to get a free month of the Discord. And then Parlay Play is a new one. Definitely check them out. The link's in the description of that one. $100 deposit match on that. And when you sign up for Parlay Play, just because they're new, I'll give you 2 free months. So definitely check them out. They're an interesting app. They give out boosts and stuff every single day. They do deposit matches randomly throughout the weeks too. So they'll be like, hey, deposit up to $20 and we'll match that or whatever, which is an awesome promotion that not a lot of books do. So Parlay Play, new there. I'm still playing around with it. The best way to attack the value there. But again, easy way to get 2 free months of the Discord community. And we have a whole bunch of fun in here. We're not robots. We have a whole, we're laughing half the time. Thought this was hilarious this morning. But yeah, we definitely rip guys when they're not playing well, and when they are playing well, we're definitely going to celebrate our wins together. So if you want to get in a community with a bunch of like-minded people, definitely check us out. You can get in for free, but there's also just a link if you want to sign up that way. Dub Club link, sign up through Dub Club, and then link your Discord account to your Dub Club account. That will give you automatic access. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Definitely leave the video a like. Subscribe if you're new. Comment something down below, especially if you sign up with one of my codes. Just say, hey, sign up for your code. Love to get in the Discord for free, and I'll reach back out to you and figure out how to do that. There's a free part of the Discord as well if you want to just join that way. That way you can just hit me up in the general chat, and we can do it from there. But yeah, just let me know, and I'll get you guys that free month. I love giving out free months. Just because as this community grows, it's just more and more fun. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more value. We got Monday Night Football to talk about in the Discord later. And yeah, hopefully you have a good day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Peace out.